It is February 26, 2023, and I finally made a dream come true. 1968 Plymouth Fury 3 with a 440 motor in it, 4-barrel Edelbrock carburetor pushing over 400 horsepower. We planned on recording when we went to pick it up with the adventure of it, and it got so busy that we didn't get her back home, and we're having charging issues, which is nothing because the body of this car is completely straight. The motor in it's good, the tranny's good in it. It should be pretty little restoration. The start of this project is going to be to get to spend time with Mason, and this car will get passed down to Mason whenever he gets older. We're going to do video updates on her, and I'll just walk around. Body on her straight as an arrow. The chrome work on her still pretty good. Get her shined up. She's not perfect by any means, but it's a restoration project, so got a straight body over here. All the chrome work's good around the windshield of her. Walk around to the back. It's 68, so it's the only year that's got the fisheye lenses on the old Plymouth Mopars. The trunk on her is about 10 miles long. She's got a full exhaust all the way back from the front with thrust headers on her, and she sounds mean. So got to do a little bit of work on the chrome here, which is nothing in the restoration. There's some clear coat that's got to be buffed down, and we should be able to save the original paint job here on it, but we'll just have to sand that down, put a base coat on it, and re-clear coat it. It's like that up along the roof a little bit too, but he said she's straight as an arrow, so there's no body work that needs to be done. There's very little to no Bondo that's in this car, so it's a solid frame. And come back around to the inside of it. It will need a little bit of restoration and cleaning up in the inside of the car, but it's nothing that's going to be too expensive, just a lot of scrubbing. And as far as restoration goes, it shouldn't take too long. This car shouldn't take 10 years to restore like a lot of them do. It's a good base. It's got the original interior in it, which needs cleaned up a little bit. Original upholstery, original leather work in it. It's got an original headliner in it that needs cleaned up a little bit, but it's all solid and tight up there. It was a 3 on the tree, and they already had moved it down to the floor down there. It's got the aftermarket tack at the top. It's got the aftermarket gauges at the bottom for the battery and the oil pressure and the temperature at the bottom. It's clean around the doors. Like I said, it needs cleaned up a little bit, but not any amount of rust there that's too bad at all. A little bit of surface rust down there, but it'll touch out of it. All in all, she's a solid car. It was a shame that we couldn't get her home last night, but with it being a 68, it's sitting 15 miles from the house, and it's probably within 24 hours of being up and running. Granted, we don't go into too many ignition issues here trying to get the alternator to charge the battery. So we'll leave it at that. Back up and get a little bit of a view of it. She's so wide you got to back up quite a bit to see it. But it's a dream come true. It's definitely time that I'm going to get to spend with Mason. The big plus side of it is I sold my motorcycle to put towards this, so I don't have the dangers of being out riding on that motorcycle. Plus I can ride Mason around since he wasn't old enough to ride on the bike. He's real excited for it, and we'll update further once we start working on her and getting her home.